It's almost the end of 2025 and Meze have dropped a brand new product. This time it's a headphone. I have here with me the Meze 105 Air, and let's find out if it's any good and does it deserve to be in your collection. Hey guys, it's Ian here from Headphone Zone. Now for those of you who follow me on the Indian Audiophile forum or know me in person, you know that I'm very vocal about my love for the Meze Empyrean 2. For me, it's the best headphone money can currently buy. And it's not just because of the sound quality. It's the complete package, right from the unboxing experience to the premium accessories to the way it's designed, it feels on your head, and finally the way it sounds. I think all of that put together makes it the best headphone for me currently. And because of this, I think it's set such a high benchmark when it comes to headphones that Meze have this high reputation for me that they have to live up to with every product launch. And that makes it very tough when they come out with a product like this. This is the 105 Air. Now this is not as part of the top of the line products. This is launched for just rupees 36,999. Now you have a lot of competitors in that price range, and it's almost that sweet spot for audiophiles where they want to pick out a perfect headphone in that price range. So we really want to see if Meze has finally done it or not. Well, let's start off with the build quality. I think Meze have done a very good job replicating the 109 Pro. Now that's a slightly more expensive headphone for around 90,000, and you can see a lot of the design language being borrowed. However, there are some subtle changes. For example, you don't get wood on the ear cups. This is now using a PC ABS material. That's a fancy way of saying plastic. Now it looks very premium, but you'll only start to feel that cost factor coming down when you actually hold it in your hand. It doesn't feel very cheap or plasticky like some of the other competitors in this range, but it doesn't have that upmarket feel that a 109 Pro has. However, I'm very happy to see that the 105 shares the same suspension headband design with the 109 Pro. Now this is great because it's a lot more comfortable to use over long periods of time, but more importantly, as an owner of an expensive headphone like this, it's very easy to replace the screws and repair these. So when you're looking at long-term use for a year, 2 or 3, you want to have things that are easily repairable rather than get damaged and very hard to find replacement. So I'm glad that's there. Also, good additions to have with the 105 is you get a hard storage case along with a nice cable. It's pretty long, so it's easy to sit back, relax with your desktop setups. I felt that the quality of the cables could have been better, especially the places which terminate on the headphone. Feels a little plasticky, and it feels it can break if you use them a bit roughly. The other end is nylon braided, so it will seem that it can stay along with your usage. But just with the level that Meze is set, you would expect a little bit better. Now, all of those are good to have, but how do these actually sound? Now that's the real question, isn't it? Under the hood you have a 50mm dynamic driver. Now I thought that this would take a slight deviation from the 109 Pros and we might get to see some of that classic warm house sound from Meze, but to my ears it definitely seems like this is a more forward approach where vocals and instruments take the front driving seat. Now, to actually test the performance on the 105 Air, I tried out one of my favorite reference tracks. It's called You Are In My Heart by Rod Stewart. I think this track is perfect because it has all the right ingredients to make it an ideal reference song. It's very well mixed, very well mastered, and there's a lot of instruments and vocals in the track that a headphone or a speaker has to keep up with. And I think the 105 Air did a great job. Now you could easily identify in here where the strings are being plucked from, the violins fading in and out during the chorus, the vocals being dead center while being very, very immersive and wide. I think it does an absolutely great job, but the place where these shine is in its ability to scale up that song and add that natural timbre, which oftentimes is missing in headphones in this price range. You see, it's in the low end that I feel these headphones are a little bit of a letdown for me. Much like the 109 Pro, these offer clean bass. What that means is it's enjoyable when you're listening to isolated sub-bass tracks, but soon as you switch to something that's a little bit more busy and has good bass, then these kind of don't perform as well as some of the other competitors. I'll give you a good example. Can You Dance to This by 20YSL. It's one of my go-to tracks to check out good bass on a pair of speakers, headphones or IEMs, and I really enjoy that track because of the sub bass which keeps coming in and out along with a lot of elements. It's fine for the starting 15 seconds of the track, but soon as the track opens up and you have more layers coming in, you'll find that the 105 Air starts becoming very cloudy and it doesn't really keep up with the track, and honestly it's probably the worst I've heard on a lot of headphones. That doesn't mean that it doesn't do bass at all, it's just that if you're really looking forward for that thump and good response in the low end, the 105 is not really designed for that. I haven't got a chance to measure these headphones, but from my listening experience it feels like the 3 to 5K range is a little bit highlighted. Now why is that important? Well, if you're a sensitive listener, especially during the treble regions, you might find that a little bit of a deal breaker. You see, tracks with loud, strong female vocals or even emphasized string or plucked instruments can be a little bit too hot. I found myself EQing and sometimes cutting back on volume to kind of fight this. And if you're okay using equalizers and other software-based EQ apps, you'll find that the 105 AER can really get some great tones and you can kind of control some of that sibilance. Now with the global drop in prices for the Hi-Fi Edition XS and now available in India for just under 28,000 rupees, the all-important question is, how do these two compare? Well, you'll find that the Edition XS is a better all-rounder performance in my opinion. You get that top-end presence that you need while having that low-end slam thanks to the planar drivers integrated in it. It's no wonder that it's become a first choice for people looking for an open back headphone in this segment. However, when you start looking at the finer details, you start to see where the Edition XS starts differentiating from a 105. You find that the sides, which are the grills, are made out of entirely plastic and in my experience tend to lose color in about 6 to 8 months depending on how you take care of them. Another thing I'm not fond on the Edition XS is the headband. It's just this cushioned block which doesn't feel very comfortable, especially if you're doing listening sessions for an hour or two. Compared to that, you have the 105 AER. Now this looks like a better put together headphone. It gives you that premium look. The headband feels great. You have plush ear pads. You get a storage case along with the long cable, things that are missing with an Edition XS. Of course, there's a little bit of that price difference, but it's great to see how much of quality can be squeezed while keeping the price at a minimum. So that's going to do it for this review. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts about the 105 AER. Do let me know about your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And if you want to try them out yourself, you're most welcome to come to our experience studio here in Mumbai or catch us at one of our Headphone Connect events happening. We're kicking off things from January 2025 and we'll be visiting 9 cities across India. But for now, that's going to be it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Happy listening.